We're ready.
The Zoom's up.
Oh.
Tori's computer's holding us up.
No. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Moved by Councillor Clark, second by Councillor Corbett, that this meeting be open at 7 p.m. All in favor? Carried. Next, we have the adoption of previous minutes. Moved by Councillor Corbett, second by Councillor Clark, that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held November 14th, 2023, and special council meeting minutes of November the 19th, 22nd, and the 22nd, 2023 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Any presentations and delegations?
None for this meeting.
None? Next, we have the minutes and reports from municipal committee and boards. Planning advisory.
We've had a couple of meetings for the previous 2 Mondays, I guess, really going through the fine-tooth comb, the first draft of our official plan. We are about halfway done as a committee, so we have a few more meetings coming up before we invite the consultant back in with our litany of questions that we as a committee have. Following that process, it will be tabled back for council to review as well. So,
Thank you. Emergency and fire department. We had a meeting and
We had a meeting November 20th. We're mostly looking at equipment needs for the fire department over the next year or so, and trying to get an early jump on some training as well.
thank you. Recreation and fitness.
We haven't had a meeting since our last council meeting, so nothing to report. But we did have our event on the weekend. We had the Santa Claus parade and chili cook-off, and we have our New Year's Eve dance coming up.
Any comment? I would like to,
I'd just like to say that the Public Works did a great job on the float.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
It was like a day off work, really,
Yeah.
to do it. I was in my heaven. I love crafting.
I know the parade was a little bit small, but the spirit out there, I couldn't believe how many people were along our route. I was proud of our community that supported the event. That's not the size, it's the quality, and that was what was there. I did run out of candy because somebody didn't give me enough, but aside from
or maybe somebody was over generous.
that was very good. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, we had a mini horse. That was very cool. I'd just like to congratulate the winner of the bean contest, Councillor McGinnis, and the winner of the chili contest, Councillor Corbett.
Oh, thank you,
Well, thank you
Councillor
very much.
Clark. I wasn't here, sorry. You did.
Second both times, Councillor Featherstone.
Great job. Good job.
Next, we have, I'm not going to say where I came in.
You had an entry though.
Ooh,
So
You did.
Yes, and Councillor Corbett didn't. So even though I was
I was
third
concentrating on the
place,
chili.
Councillor Corbett was fourth because he didn't bring any beans.
or he was nothing.
What was the name of the event again? Chili cook-off?
Chili beans.
Oh no, I don't
Chili
remember
beans.
either.
All right, let's leave that alone.
Yeah.
We'll go to the library. meeting?
Yes, we had, that was our last meeting of the year, unless some emergency comes up, we will have another one. Again, we've been reviewing the policies and just some year-end motions to clean up. But, and again, the library have some programming coming up. They've got estate planning, resume writing, and some events for the kids.
Thank you. And next we have our Police Services Board meeting. And we did get our reports from the OPP. And also at that time, we had funds in our budget for
Safety vest
yes,
program.
the safety vest, but it was for our advertising or to promote safety, right?
Yes.
Yes, so we designated $1,000 to the safety vet program. The information was there. This program was initiated some time ago by Councillor Jane Lagasse to provide reflective vests for the residents that are out walking. And so I believe the Lions Club is part of this as well.
Yes, they are.
And so we have contributed from the Police Services Board $1,000 towards the vests for the safety of our people that are out there walking. Yes.
How do people engage or get the best? Then do we advertise this? Or?
Yes, there will be. And they will come to the municipality. And I think we found that we did have the information that we had at our meeting is included in our package. And these vests will be made available only to residents of Bonnfield. Proof of residency will be required. Vests will be provided free of charge with a request that they be returned when no longer needed. Anyone wishing to obtain a vest will need to pick one up at the municipal office.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So, and we will advertise that, right?
Yes, we will do a campaign, probably to start in the new year. We just need to purchase the vests and add the logos and everything. Then we will do a mass campaign and the residents can come and get their vests.
Okay. Thank you. Public Works.
I've not had a meeting, but just want to say it was good to see Public Works staff out brushing the intersections, cut the trees back. Good to see them out doing that.
Keeps them busy when there's no snow
Yeah,
and the
no,
ground's frozen.
it was
right?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a few people comment on it. It was good to see.
This no snow should be helping our budget. Shouldn't it?
It should.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
A little early, yeah.
Next, we have reports from non-municipal committees and boards. Nothing from Phenom. North Bay Manual Conservation Authority.
Not since our last council meeting. We do have an emergency in-camera session on Friday.
Okay. And then we have Castle Home. And this is a letter that we are going to send after it has been passed by council, right?
Yes, so there's a number of different, number of member municipalities who are signing the letter all together. So it comes before each councillor to, each council table to approve that we send the letter. So there is a motion for us to send this forward. I did get an email today from East Ferris saying that there was an amendment just in the one paragraph that they removed the word section or schedule 7. And really we just took that out. So there's no major amendment to it.
And that is where we're trying to get a seat on the health board. And I think that that's only fair that that we do have representation there, especially with respect to the decisions and what transpired during the time that the construction of the Castle Home was brought forward earlier. So I guess we do have a motion here to do that at this time?
I believe there is a motion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, moved by Councillor McGinnis, seconded by Councillor Corbett. Whereas the Board of Management governance structure for territorial district homes under Section 128 of Ontario's Fixing Long-Term Care Act 2021 is an antiquated model that is flawed for several reasons. And whereas 7 of the current 9-member municipalities for the District of Nipissing, East Home for the Aged, and Castle Home are requesting that a review of the existing legislation that governs territorial district homes be performed by the Ministry of Long-Term Care in consultation with member municipalities of the 6 territorial district homes governed by a Board of Management. And whereas the mayors of 7 of the 9-member municipalities for the District of Nipissing, East Home for the Aged, Castle Home, have prepared a letter to Honorable Stan Cho, Minister of Long-Term Care, outlining the issues and concerns with the current legislation. Be it hereby resolved that the Council for the Corporation of the Township of Bonfield endorses the letter as attached to the resolution. All in favor? Carried. Next, we have Bonfield Nonprofit Seniors Housing.
We have not had a meeting either.
Thank you. Okay, and next we have introduction and consideration of bylaws. With respect to this bylaw, CEO Nikki, do you wish to speak to that agreement and why that has come about? I've read the agreement and I've read the bylaws, and I want to know exactly what is happening with this.
So the bylaw is that CACC, full name would be in there, is essentially acting as the dispatch for the fire department in when we get the initial 911 call. So you call 911 and they will get the call, and then they will alert our fire department that there is either a motor vehicle accident or a medical call, or there's a fire. So they do that dispatch out for us. There is no dispatch at the fire hall. This is just to give us that alert. And they do it for a number of area municipalities. So they have all of the personnel, all of the services to do that.
So if someone calls 911, it will be the hospital that'll answer and no?
No, the CACC answer.
Right now.
But that's through the hospital, right?
No,
Yeah, no, it's operated by the North Bay Regional Health Center under the authority of, but they're a branch of the hospital or a department within the hospital. So they are the ones who are getting that phone call to dispatch it to us.
Okay, so in the agreement, there's reference to the township's equipment and their equipment, and if the equipment is not working, and the township is expected to have our equipment in working order, of course. But if they don't have their working order, theirs in working order, then as soon as they can, they will notify our fire department. How would that affect a 911 call?
The equipments are just the telecommunications equipment. So it's just, they would have a backup system. They ought to, they will have a backup system. And then that is what they would use to call to our 911. So they have to have their telecommunications up and running and always, so they're just saying that they're committing to do that, and that's what we expect of them. They expect us to have our systems in place
at
all times. And they use the Who's Responding app.
So do we have to
Internal.
upgrade any, like, do we have to buy new equipment or are we?
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's all existing equipment, so.
So I just want to be sure that there's nowhere that if someone called 911, there'd be no failure with that.
No.
Okay. You don't have any questions?
I don't, thank you. No.
Moved by Counselor Steve, seconded by Counselor McGinnis. Whereas council deems it necessary and expedient to pass 3 readings of the following bylaw at this session, be it hereby resolved that a bylaw to enter into an agreement with the North Bay Regional Health Center for the provision of fire department call taking and alerting by the North Bay Central Ambulance Communications Center be read a first, second, and third time, passed in number 2023-47, and that the said bylaw be signed by the mayor and clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation, and be engrossed in the bylaw book. All in favor? Carried. Oops. One more. Thank you. Next, we have disbursements. Moved by Councillor Clark, second by Councillor McGinnis, that council approve the general accounts for the township of Bonfield as indicated in the disbursement report dated November 28, 2023, in the amount of $60,971.13 as per the annual budget and or as approved by council resolution. All in favor? Carried. Next, we have correspondence and information. This is a motion of support. Moved by Councillor Corbett, second by Councillor McGinnis. Be it resolved, the Council for the Township of Bonfield hereby supports the resolution passed by the municipality of Shania on November 14, 2023, requesting the province to enhance enforcement for deficient muffler systems to address concerns around excessive and unnecessary noise from engine brakes. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to Premier Doug Ford, Minister of Transportation, Crabmeat, Sakaria, MPP Dick Fidelli, and the Association of Municipalities of Ontario. All in favor?
I have a bit of a question with a comment to this. I mean, obviously they live on a hill. If they're using engine brakes, the town's built on a hill, or I mean, this is how people make their livelihoods. I mean, you need to use your engine brake on inclines. So I don't think it's a really fair.
I thought the same thing. I thought if you don't use your brakes,
Well, it's your engine brake.
what's going to happen?
Right, because you, on an incline, you have to, if you don't use your engine brake, you're fully dependent on your brakes and you can overheat your brakes and have brake failure. I mean, I don't agree with it, but.
Any other comments?
So I think that there's streets that you go on and they forbid this. Is it this type of engine braking?
Yeah.
I think that's maybe what they're looking for here.
I didn't get that out of that. But,
So it states a specific street, Spruce River Road.
but obviously the trucks have to travel down it. I mean,
But so maybe
'cause
there's a
if-
detour.
if it was designated, you can't go down there.
Yeah,
I mean, the police would deal with it, the MTO would deal with it. I mean, it sounds like,
Yeah, maybe I was sorry. Maybe I was misreading it because I thought it was pre-established where engine brakes could not be used, and what they're asking for is increased enforcement on those that are using the brakes in the predetermined areas. Maybe I'm misreading it. Because enhanced enforcement for muffler systems to address concerns around excessive and unnecessary noise from engine brakes. So enhanced enforcement just meant that they're not asking for increased areas. They're just asking for the areas that are pre-designated. That's how I read it. But
James, call for the vote.
Okay. All in favor? Okay. Okay, the next one is the town of Orangeville, Ontario Works financial assistant rates. Moved by Council Corbett, second by Councillor Clark. Be it resolved that Council for the Township of Bonfield hereby supports the resolution passed by the town of Orangeville on November 13th, 2023, requesting that the provincial government to immediately develop, resource, and implement a comprehensive plan to address the rising levels of poverty in Ontario, in particular though for those on Ontario Works, and that a copy of this resolution be sent to the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services, the Minister of Health, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, the Ontario Municipal Services Association. Any comments? I think that I would like to support that for sure. And I went to the grocery store tonight, and a bottle of mayonnaise was $9 and something.
no.
Wow.
How
Is
is
it a
anybody
barrel?
going to feed their families? I think what they should be doing is looking at bringing groceries down, number one. I don't know how you could do anything about that, but that's my thoughts on it, because I almost fell over. I thought, I don't want that. I don't want that mayonnaise tonight. So, any comments or all in favor? Carried. Bloomfield Fire Department year-end report. Moved by Councillor McGinnis, second by Councillor Corbett, that council accepts the fire chief's year-end report as presented. Any questions? All in favor? Carried. Next, we have Crime Stoppers Month. I think they're asking us if we want to designate January, right? Is the full month. Any comments on that? It looks like we're going to support it, maybe.
Seems
Hopefully.
reasonable. I think they do good work, Crime
Yeah.
Stoppers.
Moved by Councillor Clark, second by Councillor McGinnis. Whereas Crime Stoppers Month promotes awareness through education campaigns, activities, and events held across the Bonfield Township area, and it also offers the community the opportunity to partner in solving crime in our area. And whereas Crime Stoppers encourages everyone to stop, solve, and prevent crime together, to assist law enforcement, and whereas increased awareness and understanding of the Crime Stoppers program will promote the use of 24-hour reporting services to reduce and solve crime, and whereas Near North Crime Stoppers actively works with members of the community, the media, and the police as a community safety service partner Now therefore, the Council of the Township of Bonfield hereby proclaims January 2024 as Crime Stoppers Awareness Month in the Township of Bonfield. All in favor? Carried. Draft agreement for CBO services. Moved by Councillor Corbett, second by Councillor Featherstone. The council agrees in principle to enter into an agreement for reciprocal building department services. Any questions? I have a question. The three municipalities that are on this, are they certified to do the bigger places such as the seniors housing? Would they be able to do that?
So this agreement first does not replace our CBO. So we are still recruiting with the announcement of the retirement from our CBO. We are still recruiting for that position. This agreement is, I mean, much like we find ourselves in today, that we had to go out to find temporary services. This agreement is to allow us to do that. So, and then at the same time, in emergency situations, to spell off from some vacation or somebody is just gone from an absence. A number of municipalities, we've been talking about this for a long time, about how to make sure that the services can stay stable. This would mean that they can use our CBO, we can use their CBO. They are not the same qualifications currently, but that doesn't mean in the future that they wouldn't be. But right now, the CBO in those municipalities is not qualified for Part 3, which is the larger buildings.
So this is just so that we can use theirs and they can use ours.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor? Carried. Do I sign this too? Do you
You
agree?
know, this is just in principle at this point. The other 3 municipalities also have to have the draft bylaw before their council.
Okay,
So we'll bring an official once everybody agrees that we're going to do this.
okay. The next is a form for the donation policy. Any questions on that?
Pretty straightforward.
It's like a certified not-for-profit or charity is on here, right? That we confirmed that whatever the group is.
There's a section that says, is your group not-for-profit organization?
Yeah. But we'll do a charity as well, right? So.
Would you also entertain if somebody wasn't, if somebody was just, if there was a group of, for a particular cause, would you also?
Well, like
We'll
our-
entertain it. If they answered no, it doesn't preclude it coming. It's just information gathering this for, right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
This isn't things like the parade or the Halloween parade. They don't need to fill this out, do they? Or is this for everything that we
For everything we donate out, I
that we
think, right?
donate to? Okay.
It should be for everything.
Okay, yes.
So. Moved by Councillor Clark, second by Councillor Featherstone, that council approves the donation request application form as Schedule A to the 2023-01 donation policy. All in favor?
No, they're not together. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Any new business? Any unfinished business? No addendums? Confirmatory bylaw. Moved by Councillor Corbett, second by Councillor Clark. Whereas council deems it expedient to pass 3 readings of the following bylaw at this session, be it hereby resolved that a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council from November 14th to November 28th, 2023, be read a first, second, and third time, passed in number 2023-45, and that the said bylaw be signed by the mayor and clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation, and be engrossed in the bylaw book. All in favor? Carried.
$7:31.
Moved by Councillor Corbett, second by Councillor Featherstone, that this meeting be adjourned at 7:31 PM. Any questions? All in favor?
That was an efficient meeting.
One point two, the draft agreement for, I thought it was LCD.